little glimpse at the wood where we're heading for. Anyway, we're here, heading for the wood. Ooh! No sunlight, so the flowers are shut. Look at that. Wood anemones. Hey, one of them is out. But even down in there, look at that. Don't know if you can see the white spots. Always cheers me up. And there, all the way along. So hopefully there's going to be some in the wood. Nice little bank of them through there. Trust me to pick the day when not only is the sun not out, but it's really cold, so they're not open now. Because we had really warm temperatures, kind of twice the temperature of today. They've all come out and now they're closed up. And then someone's planted a beech. Well, it's chalky ground, limestone ground, so it's probably got more chance seeing as they're shallow rooted, but oh, not quite sure what that is. That's an ash, isn't it? Yeah. So sad. It's another ash dying, obviously. But look, ooh, woodpecker. Field maple growing there. Yeah, sure, other trees will take over, but you know, some of the other trees that are going to take over are kind of shrubby more than trees. Oh, woodpecker. We're going to be going into his wood. I love a mossy, rotting pile of wood. Doesn't sound lovely when I say it like that, does it? I'm actually trying to find a nice spot to stop for coffee. Yeah, it's one of those temperatures today where standing around is going to get me ruin all the warming up that I've done. So, yeah, I'm kind of meeting up with a walk that I did a few weeks ago. It's always good to have a nice explore, isn't it, from different directions. But yeah, like I was saying, oh, there's a path going up there, okay. Right. Nice to know where they all are. And, oh yeah, right. That would have been another way I came down. Yeah, so this, I kind of walked alongside this river, slightly up from it, but alongside it. But yeah, as I was saying, so I kind of figure out these places and then I spend a few weeks with my mind off and on and off and on, just going there in my mind and feeling it with my mind. So before I've gone somewhere, I already know it sometimes. Other times I just go there the once and then that's it, I know where I am. But here's a lovely bit. Go slightly off the track here just to say hello to this tree. So look at the way that's held in. It's a field maple. They have this kind of distinct bubbling. I don't know if you can see it there. I'll try and get a better position round to get it. Oh, that's well undercut. I mean, look at those roots. Look how far they're having to go to hold this up. But if you see, can you see the bobbles on that lower branch there? That's what field maple does. Let's have a look. Look, see these bobbles? That looks like a bit of ivy there. Oh yeah, curled round. And here is what I mean about the roots. See all that? Yeah, I think I found my spot for coffee. The obligatory coffee shop. Look at that. Is that iron? Because it's not just that stone, there's a few in here that are red. And look at that in there. I just noticed that just over here there's some marsh marigolds there. Look at those. Very often they've been so far away that I've been unable to get a close shot. Well, I bought myself some really good wellies. That means I can wade through water. Obviously, normally I'd walk on it. Ooh, see those leaves there, right in the middle of the shot, with the reddish stems? That's meadowsweet. When the flowers make a lovely tea, beautifully sweet as the name would suggest. Okay, well, I found the wood. This is it. So I'm going to head up into it. I've got myself a little bit of food, I've got some water, I've got some tea. So I should be okay for sauntering about most of the day. Oh look, some irises. And those sort of long leaves that are about 6 inches high, those plants, that's rosebay willow herb, or fireweed as it can be known. Oh, some euphorbia there. And the epiphytes on here. This is quite, you know, this is why towns build up around river valleys and things, because they're fertile. Oh, let's go across this bridge. So yeah, I'm guessing we go over the gate, through the gate, and then up into the wood, if I'm right. Oh, that's a lovely sound. Is that a peewit? There's a woodpecker from behind us. Ooh, woods! Hooray, woods! Some people love the sea, some people love the mountains. I love the woods. Hello trees, hello spirits. I've been able to do this since I was a child, been able to throw my mind somewhere. I could probably do remote viewing if I really tried. Well, I do, actually. So what I do in my mind when I find these places is I go there in my mind and I ask it if it's okay to come, and when I'm coming and when I'm thinking of coming. And it gives them time. I've just seen something that may have been a hare. I think it was. Can't hear people. But look, we've got a lovely bank here of anemones and some violets and some winter aconites, what are they called? You know, seeds like piles, that yellow plant, I can't remember its name. So yeah, so I kind of throw my mind there. Ooh, and even some bluebells that just about. So I like, you know, just throw my mind forward and into the place and feel it out, yeah. And if you do that, you can sense when something's not right. Because I have done this before and not gone ahead with my plan and not felt right about going somewhere. But also, I use it when I'm driving and I sense things. I sense, if I'm on a narrow country lane, I sense that there's another vehicle coming. And pretty much 100% of the time I'm right. So I prepare for it. Because the time you don't prepare for it is when you slam on your brakes. Because your mind said, there's another car coming. And you've just carried on. So I don't do that, I listen. And if something says no, I listen to the no. Oh, these ones are out. Let's see if we can get up close to them. There's the closest I can get. But they're lovely, perfectly out. I scrabbled up there to get to them. Right, this is a lovely spring bank, so I'm guessing, yeah, there'll be bluebells coming out. Primroses are there, the anemones are fantastic. Everything's loved 2 years of quite wet weather. Look at that. Dead oak. And I can tell by the shape of the branches and everything. Because oaks branches, as they decay, develop kind of horns, so it looks very stag and antlery like, which is probably why oaks are always associated with the Green Man, because of the antler and horns. Yeah, the reminiscence, or the, what's the word? Yeah, it looks like horns. I can't think of a posh word for that. Anyway, anyway, an ammo case. Strange. Yeah. Who'd leave your ammo? I suppose the eagle eyes above you will have noticed this thing on the side of this tree here and are probably wondering, just like me, what it is. Ah, little knobby growth. Yep. Curly knobby growth. Let's carry on up, shall we? And that's basically what I do. I project myself. Some people can do it through astrally travelling. I've done it in dreams before now. My brother used to do it a lot. When we were children, he used to go and visit our aunt and cousins in South Africa quite regularly. I think it was kind of one of those things he liked to do. Gave him a bit of practice. Look at the bluebells. And that's what you know, for anyone who wants to practice, you just imagine yourself going there. I mean, I've used it to such an extent where I've been able to guide people. The first time I did it that I can recall properly was when my partner's car was acting funny and kind of breaking down. She was on her way to see her parents, and she described what the problem was, and I said, oh, you better turn around and come back. And I said, I'll guide you back. She probably doesn't even remember this, and so I guided her back to the point where she didn't park anywhere near, so I couldn't have heard her car, but to the point where I looked out the window just as she walked past to come round to the back door, that accurately. And I did it somewhat for someone else as well. They wanted to go somewhere and for it to be clear so they could get to where they wanted to go at the right time. And bearing in mind it was like a rush hour in the morning, and this place was often very busy. I said, oh, don't worry, you'll be all right. I'll clear it. And she got in touch with me later and said, wow, she said, I've never seen it so clear. In fact, it was so clear, I got there early. But the thing with doing that, and you know, this relates to magic and stuff, the thing with doing that is, you know, if it's clear somewhere else, it's going to be not clear in other places. So you kind of have to go, well, okay, well, if I'm making that clear in a free run, there'll be a time when I have to sit for a long time, which has happened, you know. But as long as you're prepared for that, then no worries, is there? It's a lovely old ash. I love seeing old trees like this. Beauty, it is an ash, isn't it? Yeah. It's hard to see anything up there. Well, oh no, it's not, is it? It's an oak, is it? Well, yeah, now that's hard to work out. I think it looks more oak. It's oak, certainly more oak-like than it is ash. Hey, let's go down here. There are points in a tree's life when I find it quite difficult to tell them apart unless there's another one near. Even though they're quite obvious sometimes, yeah. See, there's an ash. I think spotted straight away. And there's an oak. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's an oak. Wow. Lovely and old. So yeah, so I'm going to wander down here and just take a look and kind of explore. Wow, there's a lot of entrances to the underworld in here. There's one in there. There's a brilliant one up here. Look at that. So this looks like this looks like people go and say hello to that, but look at that, eh? Look at that, amazing. But not at the same time, because that means it's dying basically, because the bottom's being rotted out. I've no idea what you're going to be able to see in there, if anything. You notice that very often at the side of a ride, which is basically what we're on, a lot of the, you know, you'll have occasional very old trees, or older trees, that seem to be a lot bigger because they get more light because they're at the edge of the ride. An example of some of the ash that's going to be coming down. That's the trouble with buying woodlands that border roads. You know, you're responsible and you can't guarantee when any tree is going to fall. Look at this. I can't see, but you'll be able to. What's that look like then? Might be nothing interesting at all. There you go. Well, I have to admit, when I looked at the map, I really wasn't expecting this to be quite so wide. Look at the trees there. Look at that. Amazing. That's what they do. The light is here, so everything will lean over to it to get the light. It's what they do. I'm a tree and I lean. Another lovely old ash. So it's slightly different to that one I couldn't work out. Do you see what I mean? Can you tell from the bark how different, you know? But I will have to come here when the leaves are out too. It's one of these things with me, I just walk and then I go, oh, let's have a look here, oh, let's have a look here, and then by the time I know it, I've got to walk twice as far back as I was planning. It is funny though, because I'm doing it here, I've got to go this way, because we do have to come back this way, so I may not film that, but I still have to go and have a look at the end just so I get a bit more of my bearings. But as I was saying earlier about, you know, can project my mind and stuff. Ooh, there's an old one. God, speechless. Look at this one. Wow. Ooh, see, I can smell that. Wow. Oh, it's a I can smell that. It's a bloody fire. Wow, look at that. My God. How old are you? Oh, this. Oh, that's amazing. Not only am I here, but there's a lovely smell of wood smoke. Proper wood smoke. Oh, your classic wood smoke. Women's favourite man's perfume, but look how old that is. Like, I wouldn't want to guess. Wow! That's thousands. No, sorry, I'm getting too excited. That's hundreds of years old. 500, 600. Yeah, that old. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, that's it. So I nearly said on the way, I don't know if I did, but my thought was, I was going to say, should we do an experiment and just follow where we feel and see what happens? And I followed where I felt. I did plan to come along here, but you know, sometimes you could be looking the other way and miss things, you know? Wow. Wow. Honestly, you can really feel the energy. And if, I've said this before, you know, you can't, the best way to explain energy, surely people do realise that, is all you have to do to prove to someone who doesn't believe about energy is just stand right close to them without touching them. They soon know, don't they? They will soon feel it. Because if energy didn't exist, you could stand right up close to someone without touching them and they wouldn't feel it. Wow. That's a grand old oak. A grand old oak of multi-stemnedness. Getting my bearings. I can't really see anything to give me my bearings apart from a road with a bit of a bend. Spindle blowing in the wind. One of the first things to leaf up. And you can't even really see it once you move away. Not very far. You don't have to go very far. It's kind of hidden, which is great. But the little yellow flower, I couldn't remember. Celandine. It's not winter aconite. It is an aconite, I think, isn't it? Is it? No, it's celandine. Anyway. You know, when you have plants, you see plants and they go in your head and you have to find a way of remembering them, and celandine is one of those I forget often. I spy with my little eye Pussy Willow. From there. That one in the centre there. Well, we're out now. I'm just having a look along here. I'm not going this way. That's for another time. Ooh. Ooh, ploughed and rolled. Look at that. Ooh. We could have carried on up there. All it would do is meet another road. Hey, one day I might just do it. Just for fun. Oh, it's a good view, isn't it? Some nice old trees in there. And an ancient one. Even, so there's probably more than one, because where there's one ancient one there's normally a few. I was gonna go to this corner, have a look in here and see what this was about. So I've just come out from the smell of lovely wood smoke to the smell of poo. I'm just saying goodbye to this one. It's so sad, it really is. And we're back along here again, but the other way. Some of you will be viewing this as a portal. Well, arch trees do form a portal. See, because all of it happens in your mind. Everything. The whole lot. Portals, fairies, spirits, magic. It's all going on in your mind. And as above, so below. So if you believe these things exist, then they do exist. Because they exist in your mind. You won't be able to ever convince anyone who's decided and got a closed mind that they don't believe. And sure, all you need is one weird experience to convince you. Wow, that's a lovely shot, even with the barbed wire. Yeah, things happen out of the blue. I know someone who never believed in past lives until they were in their mid-30s, maybe nearly 40 maybe. And they saw something in a museum, but that's another story. I wasn't with them, but I went back with them years later, and I have a story. Yeah, this is lovely. I think with the moss on the wall, that gives you the feeling of how old this is. For the moss to have grown, for the wall to have collapsed, and the amount of people, and for this to be as worn away, you know, the amount of people that have walked down here. Kind of one of those Middle-earthy places. Isn't it? It is, look, it is. Even with barbed wire. It's one of those places. So yeah, you know, magic is in your mind. It's changes in consciousness. So once you can see, you can see. You do it with your mind. I do lots of things with my mind. And people don't know. You know, some people have paraphernalia with them, you know. And do ritual magic and stuff. But mine doesn't, I don't work that way. Because I've taken everything down to, you know, basic bitch level. All I've got is me. That's it. All the rest is in my head. So people don't know what I'm doing. So you can be doing it in the middle of anywhere. Protecting places, closing people down. You know, opening stuff, getting energy to flow. You know, I do a lot of that. There are other people who do a lot of that as well. And you won't know, because you won't know. It's funny. I've been in places and met them, because they've just started talking to me out of the blue and telling me, you know, oh right, oh yeah, yeah. So do I. Yeah, that's what I've just come here and done. You know, that kind of thing. That's the last bit of the wood now. Sometimes it's funny. Yeah, I'm along here and I'm thinking of who's going to be watching it, because I know from all your comments, I know the kind of people that are watching it and the people that are watching it. And I'm now halfway, so I'm going to turn it round, and now you're going to be getting to see more of this than I am, because I'm nearly at the end, but yet you can see all that behind us. It's really nice, because it makes me think of who's come along with me. So yeah, we're going to be coming out into the to the stream now. But I tell you what, I had no idea I was going to have this much fun. And what's also really amazing is being out somewhere like this and just being alone. Let's pop through this way. Yeah, because there's no one else here. I mean, I've gone past a couple of people, but no one. Yeah, there's no noises, there's no barking of dogs, there's no shrieking. It's really quite peaceful, apart from some idiot with a camera talking. Well, another magical walk. Puts a smile on my face. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Ta-ra.